close up of this guy's face.
Just this guy. There it is. Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey.
How's it going?
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is
What's up?
Frank.
Documentaries.
I'm Chuck.
Good to meet you, Chuck.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Frank.
So some guy from another band came up to me at one of our shows that they were also playing at, and he comes up to me and he goes, "Hey man, can I take a piss behind your amp?" And I'm like, "No, what the fuck? You cannot piss behind my amp." And we're in like a concrete basement, and my amp's like in the corner, so like he's basically just
And
asking
there's like
me to piss in my amp.
150, 200 people piled in, just like waiting for them to start.
Yeah.
They're like tuning up and everything, and it's like you really want to like take a piss behind this guy's amp in front of all these people. You know, we're all just as much friends as we are bandmates. So, yeah, I mean, really anything. A lot of it focuses around music because that's just something that is always on all of our minds. But yeah, I mean, anything that's going on, you know, whoever's around, we'll get together and do that. My name is Chuck Crover. I play the drums, and I'm a well driller.
I'm Devin Devine. I play guitar and I sing.
I'm Jake Nitty. I play bass.
I'm Ray Spiegel. I do harmonies.
I am Marshall Radulov, and I play guitar, I sing, and I fix guitars. Oh, and we're the field service. We do a lot of originals, mostly originals.
At this point, we used
At
be a
this point.
Grateful Dead cover band.
We're very inspired by the Grateful Dead, amongst many other groups of any fashion. But that's one of our biggest things that kind of linked us originally back in, the years of yonder.
I would say the easiest way to put it is probably improvisational rock. I mean, there's a lot of different elements in there, blues, there's some jazz, folk elements, you know. I mean, it's hard to pin down any of this on one thing. We all have very different interests, but obviously there's a lot of crossover. But I would say to boil it all down into one, you know, small genre would just be improvisational rock.
I think my favorite part is it keeps you. How do I word this? It keeps everything in front and center. You know, like people will practice. You know, you can practice on your own and like, you know, play songs by yourself, but there's nothing like playing with other people to keep yourself kind of like in the loop of everything and keep your playing as good as you can be. So it's the easiest way to push yourself and continue to, you know, change and adjust and get better over time. So I think that's my favorite thing, is it just keeps me as honest with my playing and keeps me like striving for more every time I do something. So
I think like any other relationship you have with anybody or any group, being in a band, it's like always a changing dynamic, and you kind of get to watch each other grow, both as like people and also musically, you know. And I find that really interesting because, you know, we can play the same song. It's like having a conversation. Like if I knew you like 10 years ago and we had the same conversation today, the conversation would be totally different. And it's like the same thing with a band. And I just find that really engaging and interesting. And I find a lot of like personal growth in that because it helps me kind of like, you know, through music also kind of like figure out what the fuck I am and kind of what I'm doing. So, yeah.
But also just like kind of the camaraderie that comes along with it is certainly another aspect that I can get behind, where, you know, we're all putting all of our effort in towards the same goal and doing it together. And another thing is just like it keeps you busy. There's always like something to do. There's always something to work on. And then, you know, the payoff is, for me at least, and I think for a lot of us, is like, you know, when you play a gig and if you know, people are really getting into it and you're like, okay, it's all working, you know, it's a good feeling.
Goodbye, camera. Hey, can you get your
shot.
booty out of the
Butt
way?
shot.
Kevin, get out of here.
Get that butt shot.
Hey. Have a nice
There's
night.
a bug
Thank you
in
for
the
joining us.
water.